Are you seeking a better way to accelerate your sales, to scale your business, to live a life with no limits? Accelerate Sales Podcast features global experts who have cracked the code to recurring revenues with proven sales systems and get you on the fast track to scaling. Now let's accelerate your sales with today's episode.
Hi, I'm Paul Higgins, and hello to the Accelerate Sales Solo Podcast, episode number 412. Today's topic is capturing sales messages to close more deals. You'll learn why to capture them, where to capture them, and how to use them. If it's your first time, welcome. And if you love what you hear, please subscribe. If you're a regular, thanks for your support. Always appreciate those reviews and just any comments that you have. It's really nice when, you've been listening for a while and you just, give me some feedback on something I can improve on, something that I'm doing well. It's always lovely to hear from you because it can be a little bit lonely being a podcaster. Please check out our past shows on your favorite platform. Just search Accelerate Sales, and don't forget those wonderful interview shows. And before we start, just one more thing. I'd like to talk about our free Slack community for cloud consultants. It's a safe place where you can get your questions answered by like-minded peers. Just go to cloudconsultantscollective.com to join for free, and we'll have the link in the show notes. So you send sales messages every day. They could be across email, LinkedIn messages, LinkedIn connection requests, text messages, social media, right? We're constantly sending sales messages all the time. Do they vary? Yes, I bet they do, right? They're never the same. We sell high ticket items, right? We're predominantly selling services. They're high ticket, and there's a degree of customization. But that customization, so I've got a bit of a head cold, it comes with time, right? And it's time that you don't always have because you're balancing delivery and sales and everything else that's going on. So you want to strike a balance. And what you want to do is learn from what you have done to improve your success rate going forward, right? But it's hard to do that because the messages are all in multiple platforms, right? It's not always in the same one. Even if you use a sales CRM, it won't capture, for example, what you might have sent someone in Facebook Messenger, or, there's so many examples. So what we want to do is put them all in one place, and I'll go through that more in a moment. But you want all your sales messages in one place so that at the end of each week you can review what's working and what isn't. You're looking for the patterns to reduce the customization, and it's really hard to do it when you're in the moment, right? You're constantly replying to messages, etc. You've got them everywhere. It's just really hard to do it. So why not just have them in one place? So it seems pretty obvious, but to be honest, most of the clients that I work with have never done it before. And it really allows for improvement. But before I continue into where and how you can do this, because I want to make this as practical as possible, I'd like to talk to you about sendspark.com. It allows you to send personalized videos at scale. So, you get a lovely video where, I'm waving at you as an example at the start, which is fantastic. And, might have a video, say if you're approaching someone that you've connected with LinkedIn, it actually shows that as a connection. And then when someone opens it, it gives you analytics, and your team can let you know there's just, so much great stuff around this platform. But why don't you check out for yourself, and you can actually get a free 6 months, right? A free 6 months, which is fantastic, by going to paulhigginsmentoring.com/sendspark. So that's SEND, then Spark, SPARK, all lowercase, all one word. So that link will be in the show notes as well. So where do we capture all of this information? So, I get my clients to put it all in one place. And to be honest, it doesn't matter where, right? Some people get caught up on, should it be on this platform, that platform? I don't care. The most important thing is that it's all in one place. It's not sporadic through all of your other profiles. And, you have them in your email provider, so whether you're an Outlook or a Gmail as an example. And you've also probably got some of them in your sales CRM. Like I said, Copper sales CRM that we use, it automatically puts them in there. But it hasn't got all your messages in one place. So why should you take the extra time to copy and paste it into one document? I get that pushback all the time. It's because of that simple thing. You're reviewing it at the end of the week and you've got all the messages in one place, right? And this is how you see the patterns to create more consistency and higher performing messages. And the added bonus is when you bring a team member on board to replicate you, right? It's a lot easier. So for example, JC in my team is doing LinkedIn outreach for some of my clients. The speed at which he replicates my client's voice is directly related to having sales messages all in one place. And like I said, when I'm mentoring someone, I can, at the end of the week, we can look at them and we can say, well, okay, here's the pattern. We can see this. So also it's a lot easier for me to add value because I can see what you've got all in one place rather than having it sporadic. And, let's be honest, you can self-coach to begin with. So you can look at them and you can learn a lot. And then, like I said, you can either bring someone in to replicate you or you bring someone like me in to support you. And as I mentioned, the platform doesn't really matter. We have clients using ClickUp Notes, which is my preference just because we use ClickUp. Google Docs, Word, Notion, doesn't really matter. You just need to pick one and stick to it. And how to do it? I recommend you do it by day, right? So for example, I'm recording this on the 1st of August 2022. Whenever you're listening to it, it'll be in the future. But so I would put that date up the and then I would type in the message. I'd put the type of message, I should say. So for example, I'd have LinkedIn connection or I'd have an email or a text, and I'd just bold it because you can then search for that in the future. And then I copy and paste it. So it's pretty simple, right? Just copy and paste. There's a little tool that I use if you're doing lots of them, and it is called Clipboard History Pro. It's just a Google extension, so you can use that, which allows you to easily grab them as well. And then I use 3 dashes to separate each of the messages on that given day, right? So just on the keyboard, 3 dashes. And then to separate days, I actually use the divider. Now, in ClickUp, it allows you to just go, I think it's /div, which will create the divider in there. And the other thing I like around ClickUp is that it's got each day. So if you put that in as a title, you can just go in and see them by day. But be honest, like I said, it doesn't matter what you use. But if you want to see an example of mine, of how I capture them and some of the messages I'm sending, which, they're working really well. So I'd love you to see the benefit of that. Just email me at paul@paulhigginsmentoring.com to grab those. Okay, so let's take 3 key actions, or more importantly, you take 3 actions from today. One is to create one place for all your sales messages. The second is enter them in each day, right? And it's a bit of a habit. You'll forget it some days, etc. But wherever you instill or embed your habits, just have it there, right? So you might want to put it in a diary. You might want to create a task to do it each day, right? But the other thing is subconsciously you're also really doing more sales because you're actually capturing the messages. And the third thing is review them at the end of the week to improve them. Right, and like I said, get that sample. Just email me at paul@paulhigginsmentoring.com. You can get the show notes at paulhigginsmentoring.com/podcast. It's episode 1412, or on the app that you're listening to now. I recommend the Pocket Cast app. It's a great app, not a sponsor, they're not a sponsor, I should say, but it's great. Follow me on LinkedIn, where I post a lot of this great content. If you know someone interested in closing more sales, please share it with them. They'll think you're a rock star. And if you're a cloud consultant or know someone who is, and you know that they're just want to get some help from like-minded peers, they can go to thecloudconsultantscollective.com. And as always, please take action to accelerate your sales.
I'm fired up after today's episode. What about you? But hey, before you go, learning is just one piece of the puzzle. Now it's time to put today's strategy into action. Head over now to today's show page at paulhigginsmentoring.com/podcast and share how you'll put it into action. Be sure to head over to your favorite podcast platform and subscribe, rate, and review the show. Tell me what your favorite episode is. And don't wait 1 minute more to gain access to your pulse check at paulhigginsmentoring.com. This could be the difference between struggling to get more leads and making this next quarter your best one yet.